Minecraft is a game about survival and exploration. And honestly, for me personally, it is really boring without friends. Instead of bitching about it in a long video essay with the most contradictory points possible, I decided to fix it. I downloaded a random mod pack about magic. It's apparently based off this video by Snifferfish. I didn't watch it, so I don't know anything about the mod. I guess, except it's about magic. Anyways, let's get started. Okay. I have no clue what any of the stuff I did in this mod do. I'm just gonna play normal survival. Name it something cool. And create. Now, after waiting for it to load for a bit that I cut out, we can finally start our journey, and no, I'm changing settings. Now, after I skimmed the books that are literally my only guides through this, we can finally get... Bro. After skipping all the times I went to go change keybinds, we can now get started. First, we chop down a tree. And as you can see, something's not quite right here. That's right. The tree drops cherry wood instead of cherry logs. Oh, and also HT's tree chop. Anyways, I kind of just play normal Minecraft from here, nothing really important. I change more settings. What the hell is that thing? Oh, it's a gorilla. Anyways, I got an achievement for touching some weird purple flower. Messed with some ants because I can. Okay then, ow, I'm sorry to have bugged you. Stole a lamp from whatever that thing is. And spotted a ship off the coast of the sea.
After plundering the ship of anything of remote value,
I found a jellyfish necklace and put it on. It gave the passive electrical discharge, which is kind of similar to thorns. I then went mining underwater with doors to breathe. I quickly learned how death works in this mod. So basically, when you die, a grave spawns in your place. You get a ghost effect that makes you immortal, and a grave key to get your stuff back. There's other things, but those will come up later. Anyways, I got my stuff back and decided the boat that I looted earlier is the safest place to live. I then went on a mining trip and got a bunch of zinc. It's more useless than copper. I also got infernium, which is useless, iron, coal, and silver. I learned iron is like silver, except it has fire aspect on undead mobs. I then find corn. Back to mining! After a while, I got full silver armor. I then go back to the island, but get rudely interrupted by whatever that thing is. I then go on another mining trip to make this video as boring as possible to edit, and I find some sort of dungeon. Is that the stronghold? Oh. This is not the stronghold. Whatever they tell you, I did not die to His Holiness Tam Maria. I died to him twice. We then had a really, really awesome fight, and I did not just trap him in a box and kill him very slowly. After a long and hard fight, I take the scroll that I won. It seems pretty useful. I use it and realize that unless it's in a spell book, a scroll is only one-time use. Ow. Okay, I did cast Healing Circle, but now it is gone. I then get jumped by a necromancer and their horde of undead, but I just kind of lock in and kill them all. After cutting it very close, I fished, changed my settings, looked over advancements, got sugarcane, hunted for food, got red dye, cooked food, planted sugarcane, and made a bed. And that's the end of the first recording I did. Not a lot happens, but it is the longest at a time of 1 hour and 41 minutes. But we're not remotely done yet, as it is time for... What the hell's an arrow cloud? So we start off our next recording with some brand new direction because I read the books more closely, and it said we need to craft a flimsy journal if we want to use spells more than once. Now, I have everything required except string, so take a guess at what I did. That's right, we go mining again. In fact, I spent more than 40 minutes straight mining. That is almost all of the second recording. So let's just fast forward it. If you are wondering, I got some diamonds, prosperity ore, which is pretty much useless to me, a lot of silver and iron, some redstone, and more useless ore that doesn't serve any sort of purpose whatsoever. I'm gonna be honest, I sped this thing up by 100 times, and it's still going. That's how long I spent mining. It's almost done now, though. We are not any paper richer. It's the Tasmanian devil. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on anybody. This is where a mod starts to get a little annoying. I don't know what mod it is, but it makes me step on mobs whenever I'm near them. Hopefully it doesn't get worse. Anyways, I try to get flax because apparently that can get you straying, but I end up getting knowledge of death instead. Somehow. Now, recording 3. It's time to get straying. I start off by making some popcorn and then make my way to the main island to try to hunt some spiders. On my hunt for the arachnids, I run into Helldark the Knight and immediately slaughter him to make up for my poor performance against his holiness. I am mistiming every single one of those hits. Now, every time I try to use the shield, it never blocks anything. I swear to God. After slaughtering the poor man and robbing him of all of his belongings, I get my string from a random spider and return to the boat. After a short sleep, I craft the flimsy journal. Unfortunately, the only spell I had I accidentally wasted, so I guess we'll have to craft our own. To create spells, you need a scroll forge, and to add them to your book, you need an inscription table. The inscription table is easy. I have everything for it, but the scroll forge is a different story. To craft it, we need 4 crying obsidian. So to my knowledge, the only way to get it is either to find a ruined portal, or go to the nether and loot a bastion, or barter with piglins. After almost getting mauled by a grizzly bear... Okay, Jesus Christ. I realized that this island is tiny and doesn't have a ruined portal, or lava at its surface. So it's time to hit the 7 seas and find some more land. After looting some driftwood and getting a leather belt, I kept on sailing. I tried looting the pirate ship. It didn't go so well. Ooh, crap! 3 minutes later, I got my stuff back. On my journey back, I ran into a random abandoned grave. I immediately stole from it without even thinking about it. I kept looking for land anywhere in this world. But, you know what? I'm just going to let this next segment play out. Oh, Thankfully, unlike the Odyssey, the siren isn't forcing me down a whirlpool. All I have to do now is pull out my inner mason. Remember when I brought up that annoying mob that makes you step on mobs? Well, apparently I've somehow accidentally stepped on the sea serpent. Finally! Oh my goodness. Don't know what the hell that was, but... Yeah. Fuck you! You hit your set! This mod is stupid. I go back and grab my stuff. After a long journey back, I look at Journey Map to confirm my suspicions. Like, look at this. Just unironically. It's only ocean. That's the end of recording 3. Now on to... Not a lot happens in recording 4. I go mining. I found a cool underground forest. I discover I can tie flying fish to my feet so I can jump out of the water, which is pretty cool. And I find a village. No land though, it's just a village on the sea. Also, on an unrelated note, leads keep appearing in the water and I have no clue why. So I guess on to... I got lazy. Now it is time to get lava because I desperately need to go to the nether if I want to make any more progress. Now I go into the caves for a while to try to find lava, but I can't find it anywhere. That is until Journey Map saves the day. Now, after digging up to the surface, building a shack, and digging down to lava, so I can finally make my portal. After grabbing
Flint and steel.
and some landing pads I crafted with rope, I could go to
The Nether.
After going to hell for the pursuit of magic, I ran into a new mob called a Straddler. Don't worry, I will talk about them later. After building a safe zone around my portal and a wall to keep out the Straddlers, I head back to my base and leave the problem to tomorrow me. You know, it's ironic. Fire is so peaceful, yet so destructive. You wanna know what isn't peaceful? Straddlers. Straddlers are fucking pieces of shit that ruin my day. Why, you may ask? Well, these mobs have 14 hearts, or 28 hit points. That isn't so bad on its own. But the gimmick of this mob is that it throws its children at you doing an insane amount of knockback. Now, this in itself is awful. A mob with insane health and insane knockback is annoying enough. But the worst part is its spawn rate is in groups of 4. And they spawn so quickly it isn't even worth killing them. Because once you kill one, 3 more take its place. Let's just explore the new Nether. After using AutoMap to find interesting things to head towards, I set off. First, I found this weird radioactive biome. It had some slimes that could jump really high and poisoned you. Then I robbed this mansion. It had a diamond chakram, which I used sometimes. I personally think the rapier is cooler. No, I've never committed piracy. I don't know what you're talking about. I now run into warped endermen, who are always aggressive, drop literally nothing, and don't teleport as much. If only I knew how much anger they would cause me. I was trying to break in this house that I found, but I forgot how HT's tree chop works. Well, time to play a game. How many times do you think I died in the Nether trying to retrieve my stuff? Lock your answers in the comments and let's find out. Oh my goodness, I hate them so much. They can't get me as long as I'm up here. But I don't have enough blocks to bridge to stay over. Fuck you bitch! Oh my goodness, I hate them so much. Right. It's fucking before that update. I'm a fucking idiot. God damn it! Oh my goodness. You're such a bitch. You're such a bitch. You know that? Such a bitch. You're such a bitch. Oh, thanks. Thanks, you didn't just ruin everything. You nuisance to society. You're actually the most annoying mob in all of history. You're actually such a nuisance. Such a bitch. My fucking God. No, I was trying to... just trying to fuck around. And consequently find out. God fucking damn it, there goes all of my blocks. Oh, now I get the achievement Chain Death. Oh, thanks so much. Did you guess correctly? The answer was 6. Scott, what are you talking about? You died 7 times. Yeah, but one of those times was in the overworld, so it doesn't count towards my nether deaths total. Anyways, I go and get my stuff because I actually set my spawn outside the nether portal, so I could just use the ghost effect. After barely surviving thanks to vines, twice, I decide to go back in and grab the rest of the loot. Now that I'm finally out of that cursed biome, I can finally return home. Thankfully, earlier when I got a Knowledge of Death level, I decided to unlock enchanted keys. Huh. Okay, I'm getting 100% chance of getting an enchanted key. Oh my god, that was so good. I could finally return to my base. That's all for recording 6. I hope it's better for... I do not learn from my mistakes and head back to the Nether. My goal is simple. I spotted a bastion on the map, and bastions have crying obsidian. After a bit of walking, I made it to a hellish paradise. I made it to the bastion and immediately got jumped by 2 piglin brutes. Thank God for enchanted keys. I was really being careful and taking my time in order to not die. Oh my goodness, I'm such an idiot. After dying again in the Nether because I am stupid, I made multiple long and annoying treks to try to get my stuff back. I made sure to take my time in the Nether Fortress and got a bunch of loot. After leaving the bastion, I came across this weird pipe structure. I went inside, was electrically fried, almost died, and left loot behind as I decided it wasn't worth my time. Unfortunately, I still haven't found any crying obsidian, which is the whole reason we're out here. I then realized something I should have noticed before. Oh, I got 2 spells. Oh, there's crying obsidian up here! Yeah, turns out the biome I spawned in has trees with crying obsidian. Now there's just one more obstacle to overcome. I'd make up for your crimes against humanity by adding these things. They're so fucking annoying. Yep, it's those goddamn Shadowlers again. I hate these mobs so much. You wanna know what's even worse? I looked over the recipe, and there's another way to craft it that is so much easier. Well, Scott, maybe the crystal is hard to craft. Oh well, I finally get all the crying obsidian, and finally get the ability to craft spells. That's all for recording 7. Now on 2. Recording 8 starts off with a British person's favorite pastime, complaining. The lack of land here is too immense to count. And crafting spells. To be honest, the only things I know about British people is Harry Potter, and Birmingham is a fucking shithole. Anyways, I go to the Nether for literally no reason. I do not know what is wrong with me. I am just gonna fast forward to me getting my stuff back to the boat because nothing of remote importance happens. Now, let's talk about what spells I have selected. There's Raise the Dead, which spawns 4 undead mobs to help me.
Thunder spell!
Which is good for ambushing people. Magic Missile, which is a ranged spell that you can spam. And I'm not going to talk about the last spell because it doesn't matter. I also craft this Greybeard Staff that makes magic cost less mana when used. All of that pales in comparison to this discovery I made. Like, even if I do this. Oh! Wait, there's land there! Oh my goodness! Land! That's right, I found land! A few hops because the fish boots are awesome later. We make it to land. I immediately robbed a grave because nothing happened at the last one I stole from. I also found this drowned belt that I think is better, but I don't know how. After walking through the jungle and actually looking at what the drowned belt does, I find a village. I steal some roller skates and immediately fall off the path and never use them again. I also find Infinity Ham. After finding literally infinite food, I head back to the boat to craft some more chests and store all my stuff. Recording 9 starts with me going back to the new island because I still have barely explored it. I notice this massive airship in the sky, and after fighting through the night, I build up to explore it. After outskilling the piglins, it kinda looks like the structure will be relatively easy to raid. I was wrong. Thankfully, enchanted keys are overpowered. After finding some really good loot, I jump into the river below to avoid getting murdered. I decide to tackle an easier structure. By summoning the undead to distract the husks, looting was very easy. I head back to the boat to deposit my stuff and discover backpacks exist. After one quick trip to the village to get some leather, I craft a backpack. Recording 10 is the shortest at only 48 minutes. I spend the first 20 sorting things, so we're just going to skip ahead. I also tried to use this overgrowth seed thing, but I couldn't figure it out. So if you know anything, please tell me. I decide to explore more structures on the new island I found. One quick swim later, and we are here. I found a purple tree, which was pretty cool. And I also found this tower. A gem. Another gem. Another gem. Another gem. Oh, cool. Huh. Yeah, so it turns out my average response to being even remotely surprised is huh. I found this abandoned shantytown. A village. Like villagers? What the hell is that thing? What is that thing? Okay, summoned zombies, skeletons. We've got company. And it's a fucking dragon. I try fighting the dragon. It's not going well. After almost dying, I run. Thankfully, I got away safely. Bro. There's like no fucking way. Thank God for the enchanted grave key is all I'm saying. I find a pyromancer's house. What the hell is up here? Who the fuck designed... Whatever. Unironically, I've actually seen houses near my house with the same staircase. My neighbor has one of those. I use necromancy and damn, that was fast. Luckily, his magic doesn't make him immune to a great axe. I grab some new spells and a ring that makes me immune to fire damage. I find a new tower, and this time, I disarm the bomb. I head back to store all my loot and leave a note so I can remember what I need to do in... We start off by equipping 2 new spells. Burning Dash, which does something similar to the flying fish boots without water, and this other spell. I don't really use it, so it's not important. I need some crimson wood to craft the next staff, so I quickly head to the nether. I chopped a standalone tree, and then crafted the staff. I switched Flaming Barrage for the ability to breathe fire, and immediately used it to burn cows, because I was just really hungry. Like, I was just starving. I was really struggling on food, and after being put on a hit list by vegans, and unsuccessfully trying to figure out what this wand does, I decide to raid the airship I found earlier. I built up in the past and decide in the present to make a montage because this video needs to take longer to come out. And that's what I did over 50 days, which wasn't planned, but a good way to end this video. Comment if you want a part 2 where I beat the Ender Dragon, but don't expect it to come out anytime soon. My next video will not be a Rivals of Aether video. You cannot make me, Mace.